Can this music get any more nostalgic? Stevie, Carlos, welcome in. How is everybody so far? How is everybody at the moment? Yeah, Josh Chatting Camera isn't here at the moment because, well, you know, I got a USB thing plugged into the PlayStation 4 controller because I'm using a PS2 emulator for this. Oh, you got a cold? Damn, that sucks. Welcome in, Tactastic, as well. Hello. It's quite cool at the moment, where I am at the moment, which is why you might not be able to see it at the moment, but I've actually got a...
I cannot believe it.
What, you might not see it, guys, but I've actually got a blanket wrapped, pretty much in the entirety of my lower body with my legs crossed, and I am so comfortable right now. Almost like what Homer Simpson would say, a big toasty cinnamon bun. You can't really, like I said, you won't be able to see it on camera, but I've actually got a, yeah. So, a bit different, but, yeah, pretty comfortable at the moment. Things are pretty good. Yeah, it's actually, yeah, it's like a is it a zebra or a tiger one? Whatever it is, I think it's a zebra one. But I've had this blanket for nearly a decade now. I've had it for a long time. It's so comfortable and so warm as well. But yeah, I try to turn on the heater as little as possible, just because of that's how much of a tight ass I am. Don't really need it. It is a bit cool outside, but it's nothing ridiculous, if that makes sense. By the way, sorry guys. There we go. There we go. Now the chat actually works. Cool wallpaper though. It's actually an official wallpaper. Hopefully we'll be able to drive something like that. The only problem is we're at a point in the game where we're still trying to earn enough money from the Sunday Cup, going around in circles constantly just to make sure we can eventually afford something good. We're about halfway there to getting, let's say, because here's my strategy, ladies and gentlemen. The plan, okay, the strategy is to get the Ford Mustang, yeah, the SVT one, that cop-rub Mustang, which is only worth about 29,000 credits, and I'm currently at about 14,000. If I sold one of the other cars, maybe I'll try and do the Clubman Cup. We'll see. We'll see how well I do in the Clubman Cup, because I'm using that Toyota, whatever it was, that first car that I won at the Sunday Cup. There's really no... Oh yeah, the music concert that I went to, it was as brilliant as you'd expect. There was just one fatal flaw with said concert. I wasn't really sure if I was going to talk about this or not. I kind of accidentally lost my car key in the middle of the concert, like right near the beginning of it, in fact, and freaked out to the point where basically it killed my enjoyment of the concert. So yeah, what a night that was. Fortunately, the keys to the house and all that other stuff as well is completely intact. I actually left it in my car, ironically, to make sure that I didn't lose that bit in case something like that actually happened. I never would have thought after having my car for over 13 years that something like this would actually happen. So yeah, it was a bit of a crazy night to say the least, and it did kind of ruin the weekend in a way, but at least the band themselves were fantastic, so I'll give it that. But, you know, next time. Yeah. Stupid. Yeah, fucking stupid me. And I think honestly, the most embarrassing part was, you know, being a couple of hours away from the city where the concert was. My parents, being incredibly good parents that they were, responded by essentially driving all the way to the city just to give me that key and then drive all the way back home in the middle of the night as well. I have good parents, ladies and gentlemen. Really, 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 really good parents, to say the least. So, yeah, it was a bit of a crazy night. I was basically freaking out in the middle of the concert. Really trying my best not to make a scene because, I mean, there's like thousands of people. There's like a couple of thousand people at this concert. So it was really hard to, keep my composure in the heat of the moment. So, yeah. Pretty of a crazy night. Like I said, I was really considering not even mentioning it just because, you know, I was mortified for a couple of days. It was a bit of an embarrassment, but yeah. Luckily, you had good parents, but I did have a spare key, and that's what I've got now. I just need to go to a locksmith and basically duplicate said key. That's all. It's certainly given me the motivation to... Hang on. Before I do, I just want to check if the audio volume is on the microphone is good. I always have to... For some reason, I have to turn on... Okay, it's good. For some reason, I have to turn on Audacity, the software Audacity, to check the microphone volume. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, had good, yeah, lovely parents, great, yeah, incredible parents left for basically driving all the way to the city just to basically give me one key and then drive all the way back. I mean, it does, and what really baffled me as well is they weren't mad at all. They were just like, oh, that happens? Okay, well, we're on our way. And I thought, oh my god, I thought they were gonna lose their minds, and I wouldn't have blamed them for doing that. But nah, they weren't angry at all. To drive over 2 hours and then back again and not even show it. Or maybe they probably did it behind my back and just took it out, and just took it out on themselves. I don't know, but they didn't care. They told me, they were adamant that they didn't care. They weren't bothered by that. I mean, it also helps that my parents, how can I put this, experienced with long distance travel. Like, they have literally traveled all over Australia, so like all over the country. So therefore, yeah, they're used to doing extremely long distances every single day. So to them, I guess driving from, a couple of hours then back again seems like nothing to them. I mean, I've been to Melbourne frequently enough times to feel like, even from my perspective, it doesn't really feel like the big deal. It certainly felt good to go back to the city. And actually, one thing I did before I actually arrived was actually go to, decide to actually stop where my great-grandmother used to live, before she sadly passed away. Great-grandmother, it was a bit of a long time ago, but yeah, it was actually pretty cool, because I really wanted to go back to that spot, because I remember visiting that house that she lived in when I was like 2 or 3 years old, and I distinctly remember seeing anyone from Melbourne or Australia will probably know the Westgate Bridge, which is like one of the biggest bridges in the southern hemisphere. Like, it's a giant bridge in Melbourne, and yeah, you can actually literally see it from a close view. And I distinctly remember seeing it from seeing that view as a little kid. So I thought, I figured because the concert wasn't very far away from this house, I thought, what, I'm actually going to make a quick pit stop and have a look around and actually see if I could actually remember anything. And not really, I can't, but I do. But it was still pretty cool to see it, though. Go back to where my family used to live, which is pretty cool. Anyway, one other also thing I did on the weekend as well was what did I do? Oh yeah, I hung out. If you guys follow Square Eyed Jack on Instagram, you also know that I also tagged along with him and went to the toy fair. And it was like in the middle of where the showgrounds are in Melbourne, specifically the Melbourne showgrounds area, and yeah, it was really good. A lot of old and new toys. It was much larger than I expected. It filled up an entire like showgrounds shed. If that makes sense. It's a big place too. Unfortunately, I didn't. I guess you could say mentally I was still kind of recovering from the fact that I lost my car key at the concert, so I, for some reason, just didn't want to spend a single cent when I was in there. But it was still really cool to see nonetheless. So yeah, Foxcat, welcome in. That's what I was up to. I lost my key at the concert last week. So yeah, that was fun. Anyway, so there, that's my week. And in case you might have noticed in the Twitch schedule as well, tonight it'll be a live stream tonight, and then it won't be one on Saturday because I'm actually going back to Melbourne to visit my aunts and uncle but they live in Melbourne, and then go all the way, and then on the way back I've got to celebrate my niece's birthday, so it's gonna be a very busy weekend, and hopefully, by the time I get home, I do my exercise, I will start the GTA 4 live stream at a different time of day. Hopefully, at least at a time when, by the time I finish, I'll be able to have dinner and then go to sleep, not when it's too late. It's a good thing we're on a weekend right now. Anyway, that's enough about me. How are you guys this week, and what are your plans for this weekend? Welcome in, Ghost Rider. Welcome in, Carl. Oh yeah, I've already said hello, Carlos, and Speedway Nut. Welcome in, and of course Montego. How's the By the way, Montego, if you're back from the ads, Audacity for someone doesn't even recognize my microphone. Are you sure? Is it a USB microphone? I've never had. I mean, I guess every once in a while Audacity might work. Sometimes it might not work. How's the Forza Horizon 3 review going at the moment? Just to make it clear, ladies and gentlemen, I'll probably share this with you guys once Montego releases it. Pardon me. Just had dinner. I was about to burp. Excuse me. What was I going to say? Yes, Montego is releasing a review of Forza Horizon 3. It's coming out very soon, and I've actually done a little bit of dialogue for him because he's done it with other content creators. So yeah, made a little guest appearance in my made a little guest appearance in his video. So yeah, I'll send a link to you guys once, like on other social media pages, once that video comes out. So I won't explain exactly what's in the video. I'll let him finish the video first, waiting for a few people to do their parts, and then it'll be edited. That's cool. Yeah, Montego, when you gave your part, I wanted to make sure that I did my part as soon as possible, just in case it's one of those things where it's like maybe it could be urgent. But yeah, it is very cool, Carlos. It is very cool. But yeah, take your time, do it properly, of course. Just like I've got to take my time doing my own Forza review. Yeah, by the way, in case you guys don't know, my next review is Forza Motorsport 6. I'm still in the process of sort of trying. The hard part at the moment, I've already got the detail, my explanation of the wet weather and the night racing and a couple of other things. The hard part is trying to explain the career mode structure, the stories of motorsport. It's really hard to describe in some ways how that actually, I don't know whether it's an improve. I think it, I don't know. There's some part of me that thinks it's repetitive, but it's obviously nowhere near as repetitive as Motorsport 5, simply because there are more cars on the track and more circuits to race on. So therefore, it feels like I'm racing on a different circuit every race. So it feels a lot. So by that default, it's obviously a lot better in that regard. It's objectively better, is what I'm saying. It will be a positive review. I hated having to write about that. Yeah, I did see a bit of your review, Montego, in a way that I wanted to make sure that I just wasn't making the exact same review as yours and not try and copy. Because I wanted to make sure I didn't copy the same review, and obviously because I wanted it to be my own video, of course, and obviously my own opinion. Yeah, but on the obviously from what I played at the moment, it's better than Motorsport 5, and I actually am enjoying it. But, yeah, obviously it's not perfect. I mean, obviously the driver is as shit as you'd expect. I know they did try to fix it in some ways, but it's still a bit shit. Yeah. Yeah, Montego, I'm sure you would know that. Welcome in, by the way, PugTech. Hello. What else? Yeah, you have to plan. I plan to have a $35 Palmy on Sunday. That sounds expensive. It sounds like it's money well. Sounds like, honestly though, Palmers are good though. I did have a $23 Palmer. It was a large one. It was, what do they call it? I went to a racing club, horse racing club, where they were doing a sale on Wednesdays, like where they would sell Palmers for about as cheap as $23. I definitely got my money's worth. They never really ever got it right. I'm sure you would know that, PugTech. I'm sure I'm looking forward to what the... Like, here's the thing. I was recording a teeny weeny little bit of footage last night, actually, just to sort of try and create a snapshot, like, make a photo mode so I can use it as the thumbnail. So, of course, the Ford GT in blue, the concept, racing at night. And literally after 10 seconds, there was one that ran into a barrier, and another that did a pit maneuver on another opponent. And I'm just like... Jesus, how could you not get it? I'm just wondering, what's worse, the opponent AI in the Forza games or Gran Turismo 4? Because I'm really not sure. Because it's honestly debatable the way it's going at the moment. But yeah, I definitely have some not nice words to say about the opponent AI, even if difficulty-wise it's actually not that bad regardless. But it is obviously, like I said, way less repetitive than Motorsport 5. So, yeah, it's like, aside from that, I actually am enjoying the game. I do like it. I'm curious to know how it fares when I review Motorsport 7. I've tried it. I haven't tried the Forza Motorsport in a while, but it was really stupid so much. It was worse than 6. It was worse than Forza FM. Unless you're talking about 2023 specifically, AI. By the way, guys, that's something else I need to announce to you guys, because I only just got word about this a couple of hours ago. I'll do a proper official announcement of this. This is good news, by the way. Very good news, by the way. Forza AI is absolutely worse. At least GTA 4 AI was somewhat predictable. They actually stick to the road as well. They're actually... at least when you're not like right next to them, they're somewhat civilized. But yeah, it is a bit all over the joint. I mean, the only positive thing I can say about the AI is that at least here's the thing with it. The driver type AI, at least, I mean, the idea is good in practice. The way that, the way you drive, and then it sort of alters the way the opponents drive. It makes it feel a bit more, it makes it more unique and eventually, gradually, a little bit harder naturally. The idea of it is brilliant. It's just very poorly executed. Very, very poorly executed. It wasn't integrated into the progression very well. Yeah, I think it's not helped by the fact that, you got the prize spin that was taken from Horizon 2, and it almost made it too easy. I remember actually briefly playing Motorsport 6 when I first created Twitch, actually, because I was actually playing the first Forza Motorsport, and the controller and the 360 was just busted to the point where I was just like, the hell with this, I'll just play one on the Xbox One instead. And I remember getting like 1,000,000 credits on the first prize spin, and then the next prize spin, it was like a 1970s Lotus F1, and it was like, oh my god, I've already made a shit ton of... It's like, I just took a huge, giant leap forward. That actually, in fact, I'm going to write that in the script. I just want to make sure I write it now so I don't actually forget. Hang on, because I've got to... sorry, guys. I want to write this down in the script because you guys are helping me work on this review. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I want to write it down so I make sure I don't forget. The problem with the progression is if you get a good wheel spin, it's like suddenly you've made too many steps forward. No, hang on. Let me write it in the notes. With the wheel spin. Sorry, I can't look at the chat at the moment. It's not actually present. I've currently got a Word document up at the moment. Man, if you get... I'm working on the review in the middle of a live stream. I mean, how awkward is this? I mean, very, very awkward indeed. Awkward to the point where... Hang on. This is so very awkward. Yeah, that's the awkward sound effect from the first Sims. I love that. I love that sound effect. Anyway, the idea is good in practice, but the game's never taught players how to drive. AI, the shoddy AI shits all over the driver type. Yeah, yeah. You have all the... Nice sound effect. Thanks. You have all these cars, no events to race them in, your progression, completing the stories of my which are base. If you don't mind, Montego, I might just copy that that message because you have hit the nail on the head better than I could. I won't write that from word to word, of course. I just want to make sure that I have that idea. What else? There was something else about it that... Yeah. Here's the thing, we're talking about Forza Motorsport, and in a live stream in which I'm about to play Gran Turismo 3, it's kind of different. Honestly, I don't mind chatting, seeing some behind the scenes. Yeah, one day. I mean, here's the thing, guys. Once I eventually complete the script and have a checklist of all the type of events that I need to capture gameplay for, I might actually go here live on YouTube and Twitch to actually capture the gameplay, because I've actually got different types of gameplay capturing software, in which I can have one that can capture the gameplay, and I've got this OBS that can literally live stream for you guys. I did that when I captured gameplay for Forza Motorsport 5, which was actually kind of fun. It was kind of like a little bonus stream, if you will. Anyway, going back to PAX. Yeah, I was saying that I'm official content creator. I've actually got some really, really good news for you guys. I will be doing a panel. A panel got accepted, which is very, very good news. So yeah, I'll be up on stage actually chatting about, hopefully in front of hundreds of people. I estimate hundreds. I am feeling pretty confident a lot of people will turn up for this. And now that it's actually confirmed, I can finally explain what we're actually going to be. I'll tell you what the topic is, guys. And this is actually partly the reason why I'm playing Gran Turismo 3 tonight, because it does involve the PlayStation 2. We are talking about just the PlayStation 2 and all the different and discussing all our favorite video games, because this year is the 25th anniversary of the PlayStation 2. So therefore, we're literally doing a panel at PAX, basically just talking about the PlayStation 2. I am so looking forward to it. Oh yeah, Speedway night. Yep, going to PAX, doing a panel and running a marathon. It is going to be one fucking hell of a weekend. It's going to be exhausting, but it'll be memorable nonetheless. And I am so keen. I was feeling pretty confident it would get accepted because the person that's hosting the one who's actually organizing it, you might have seen it in the chat nickname. He basically hosted a panel about the PlayStation 1 and its 30th anniversary last year, and a lot of people turned up to it. And speaking of the devil, here he is right here, right now. Here's the thing, Nick. Yes, I did. Nick, there you go. Well, now that the actual panel has been announced, we might as well talk about it. So we're doing a panel about the PlayStation 2 and the 25th anniversary. We know people are going to turn up for that, so I'm so keen. I'm so keen. Now that it's been confirmed, I've got so many ideas, and certainly a lot of video games I want to talk about, the way I want to present the PowerPoint. It's all in my head. Obviously, like you discussed in the group chat for this panel, we need to obviously get the script because it's the PlayStation 2, there's so much to talk about, but we only have an hour, and they usually set a hard cap on it. And I also like the fact that they actually scheduled it for the middle of the afternoon on a Saturday as well, where it's going to be like PAX is going to be at its absolute busiest as well. So a lot of people are going to turn up to that as well, and then run the marathon the next day. So I'll be able to do both those things at once. So the ones who set up the schedule, I am very, very grateful for that. Name and appears in indie wrestling rep. We'll definitely talk about wrestling games. Jack and I will be the ones that can do, as well as the racing ones. I've actually got the list. Yeah, it is. We probably have the best schedule. I reckon we got the best time to do a panel. They probably must have taken note about the panel that you did. That you and everybody else did. I'm just trying to remember the names of the panelists that were there for your for last year, because you did a panel of the PlayStation 1 and its 30th anniversary. You pretty much filled up the whole you filled up pretty much the entire the whole theater. So I'm feeling pretty confident we will be able to do the same thing. I reckon it's the PlayStation 2, for crying out loud. People will turn up for that. But I am so keen. I've got a lot of video games to talk about. I'll try to hang on. Sorry, I'm getting all these Discord messages. I just want to make sure I'm not missing out on anything. But yes, thank you, Nick, for getting it all set up and actually submitting making the submission and getting it. You're definitely a big part of why I got accepted. So, looking forward to it. Is it going to be a live stream? Good question. The only thing I do know, Tactastic, is that I can't imagine Square-Eyed Jack recording the entire panel and then releasing it on his YouTube channel. He's done a couple of, because Jack has done a couple of panels at PAX in the past, and he's always released all his the full thing on YouTube. So that I know will be most likely, and there could be a possibility that PAX themselves might stream it, but I wouldn't bet on it, is what I'm saying. 1 p.m. October. Yeah, exactly, Nick. It's in the middle. It's basically right in the middle of the afternoon on a Saturday. I mean, you can't ask for a better time of day to do it. So like I said, they must have known how many numbers that we got there, and it's like, okay, the live stream theater. Yeah, it's kind of in my opinion, we should get one of the live stream theaters. I mean, we should. I believe that, but in my opinion, we should just be grateful that we got a good time slot. So that's. Yeah, we got a good slot, and I'm able to run a marathon. So, I definitely can't complain with that. It's certainly gonna be a busy weekend. I'm curious to know if, because I know that Jack may end up recording. Yeah, he'll definitely record it. Like I said, Jack has recorded. He's done two panels of PAX, and he's recorded both of them and released them both on YouTube in full. So I would not be surprised if if he does it again. Just don't expect me to be the cameraman this time, because being on the stage with you guys this time, which this should be a hell of an experience, because I have never done a panel before, but it's alright, Tactastic. At the bare minimum, you will be able to get it. You will get a chance to watch it. That I can definitely promise you. Anyway, we'll continue this conversation, of course, about the panel, but we do have a video game to play. Already got it ready to go. Hey, I'm just gonna turn off the music from here, and then turn on the game's audio. There we go. Yeah, it's playing the exact same music, of course. Just let me know if it... Oops, sorry. Just let me know if it's actually too loud or too quiet for you guys, because I want to have... I just saw Red Dead Redemption 2, 77 million copies, becoming the 6th best selling. And rightfully so, Carlos. It's one of my top 5 all-time favorites, along with this game, Gran Turismo 3, coincidentally. But nah, Red Dead Redemption 2 is another game I need to, hopefully I'll be able to replay in the future. But yeah, I'm happy to do it again. I hope it's a great turnout. Time to get researching and prepping. Yeah, I'll probably start doing it this... Here's the thing, I'm visiting my aunt and uncle in Melbourne this weekend, but I'm still probably going to be on my phone. Because the good thing is I've actually got Word document on my, the app Word, like Microsoft Word on my phone. So I'll probably get Google Slides as well, but yeah, I still can't help myself. Every once in a while, if I have the opportunity, I'll still like work on a script. I can work on a what is it? A review or a script. Any chance I can be VIP? Do you mean VIP of Twitch nickname, or VIP of or do you mean a VIP of like at PAX specifically? For setting up there, I would say for setting up this panel, you probably are worthy of a... I'd say consider... Yeah, do you know what? Fair enough. I need to get... I feel like I should probably... Give me a second, let me get it. Second, how many people are actually live? Oh, there's actually a fair few people live on Twitch in the moment. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I don't know how many are live on YouTube as well, because I'm live on YouTube on top of that. Okay, viewers, rewards, or is it, hang on, no, community roles manager, that's what I'm looking for. Who are the VIPs at the moment? Okay, Melon Potato, my favorite streamer, of course. PugTech, because he redeemed it. And Strobe Me, because he gifted me literally 50 subs in one go. Because, anyway, add new. I'm doing this. Well, I suppose you guys are hearing the menu music from Gran Turismo 3 in the background. Just want to make sure I get the name correct. Can never get into Red Dead Redemption 2. You should give it another chance, Ghost. Yep, that looks like you. I've got 30 Okay. Okay, you should be on there. Yeah, you earned it. You paid your way in. You're also a supporter on Patreon as well. So, you do more than just you're more than just a VIP. So Red Dead Redemption should have a Gran Turismo mode. Well, it does have a story. I mean, I guess it has a story mode or a multiplayer mode, so I guess that's close enough. Yeah, I think the last time I tried to do the front wheel drive cup, and I did a poor job, or was it rear wheel drive? I'm not sure. Clubman Cup now. Yeah, Special Stage Route 5 and Deep Forest. I distinctly remember not being quick enough. Pardon me. So. I'm 14,000. Are you really, Foxcat? Yeah, you're getting close now. That's good. As PugTech has proven, it is possible. And I've seen a lot of people, and I've got a couple of, I'm actually, VIP on a couple of other Twitch pages, simply because, they have the same kind of thing where if you get, if you're active on there, and you watch it and you get 100,000 channel points, they give you like a VIP as a reward. So that's how I've gotten it. just sort of lurking in the background and get the points. I'll try it again someday, but I've got a huge backlog and trying to actually 100% some games to ground difficulty. Hey, Ghost, look. This is one of the reasons I created this Twitch page, just to sort of give me an excuse to either go through games that I've had in my backlog for a very long time, or just go back to games that I really enjoy, like this, for example. There's only so much you can do in your time, especially when you're an adult. Hey, you got a subscription badge, Carlos. Alright, just got to turn on the... Here we go, guys. This is heaven right here, right now, guys. I'm literally playing Gran Turismo 3 on a OLED TV with a blanket wrapped around me during the evening on a Friday night. You can't ask for better than this. This music is actually from Gran Turismo 3. I literally created a set list on YouTube, a playlist on YouTube. I put it on a playlist on YouTube that basically shuffles original Gran Turismo music from 3, 4, 5, and 6, I think. My God, where... Steamed hams and knuckles. What do you think, Steamed hams? Living the dream. I am living the dream. Even if I'm only at the start of this game. I'm doing well. Hang on, how's the volume? Is it too loud or is it too quiet for you guys, or is it just right? Sorry, I just want to make sure it's not too loud so you can at least hear me talk as well. It's really hard to adjust. It's not like I have Are you talking about the Forza version of the car that I'm driving? Oh, yeah, the A6. Yeah, I do need to turn up the in-game, actually. Yeah, I just assumed it would be very loud. That's all. Actually, it sounds about right. Okay. Hang on, guys. Great music, by the way. It's really hard to get that perfect balance. I only just started playing this game, so it's like, I don't know. I just want to get the volume right. Is this good, guys? I think this sounds just about right. It's not too loud on my headphones, so... Okay, this feels perfect to me, or at least from what I'm hearing anyway. Hearing the music, I'm hearing the game, and I can hear myself talk very easily, so... Okay, we got the perfect balance. That's good. Thanks, guys. I remember the first time I played this, I was blown away by... Hey, Tech-tastic! This is definitely going to be one of the games. Like, this PS2 panel that we're doing at PAX in October, I am going to make sure this game gets mentioned. There's no doubt about it. Because this was my introduction. This was my introduction to the PlayStation 2. I distinctly remember it very well. I can take you guys, I can take you to the place where I saw this game for the first time. Mid-2002 at a birthday party. I'll never forget it. It was split-screen multiplayer on Super Speedway. Didn't get to have a turn, annoyingly, but I just remember being absolutely blown away by how this game looks. I mean, I am playing this on an emulator currently, hence why it looks so upscaled. Hence probably why this looks so amazing, but it still looks amazing. Guys, this came out in 2001. It's probably the game I'm just thinking, is this the PS2 game I put the most hours into? Maybe Gran Turismo 4 might be the one I put more hours into, but subjectively, this might be my favorite in the series. This emulator is so good too. It's just, yeah, it's aged so well. So very well. Even playing this with the PlayStation 4 controller, where I'm using the brake, the triggers for braking and accelerating, like I'm playing this as a PS4, it just feels so good. Yeah, laps. Yep, packs. I can't. I am so keen for. I'm even more. This is probably the most keen I've ever been for packs, especially as I've already got a shit ton to do. I'll make the official marathon announcement closer to when I'm actually doing it, so that way that I know I won't actually be too injured to do it, unlike 2023. It's just very clean and simple. Yeah, we just got to keep earning money as often as we can. Looks really top notch. But yeah, I'll make the proper announcement because I'm doing a fundraiser for Beyond Blue, so I want to make sure that I'm actually true to my word and actually do it. We'll go for a run tomorrow while I'm in Melbourne, actually. That's the only annoying thing about having the menu music on. I have to keep turning this back on and off again. But yeah, I'm playing that music in the background specifically just to get around the copyrights, because I'm live on YouTube as well. While also, what's the word? Strobe, welcome in. Long time no see. How are you? How you been, Strobe? It's been ages. I need to give you a DM very soon, because I'm actually going to Queensland in a couple of months from now. So hopefully we'll be able to cross paths in person. But yeah, how have you been, Strobe? One of the few OG VIPs on this channel. It's good to have you here. Are you going to PAX in a couple of months, Strobe? Tell me you're going to PAX this time. Welcome in, Mike. The newest PC SX2 is so good that even Burnout 3 and Revenge are finally emulated at a 100% accuracy on hardware mode. The game-specific persuade pseudo remaster so many PS2 get. That's what I mean. This really just feels like I'm playing a remaster version of Gran Turismo 3. So yeah, especially Mike, when you play this with the PlayStation 4 controller as well. It's just like, wow. Because here's the thing, guys. I distinctly remember getting a PlayStation 4 in 2015. I was sort of juggling whether or not to get an Xbox One or a PS4. In hindsight, I'm glad I picked the PS4, of course, because I had the better exclusive. But what is it? The one thing that actually convinced me to get a PS4, ironically, it ended up not being the case at all. There was word that it was actually going to be backwards compatible with PS2 games. It turned out in the end, it meant that it was only going to it was re-released some games for the PS2 digitally, like The Warriors or GTA San Andreas or a couple of Star Wars games, for example. Initially thinking that I was going to be able to play, PS2 games like this, and then if I, let's say, put this game, Gran Turismo 3 into a PlayStation 4, it would look and play like this, and I can use a PlayStation 4 controller to play it. I thought, yeah, I'm getting a PS4. I was disappointed when, it wasn't able to do that. So the fact that we're now at a point where emulation, 10 years later, where emulation is so good that, this emulator is basically, gives me basically what I was hoping for 10 years ago. So it is quite cathartic, and just looks absolutely amazing on this TV. I mean, flat out in real life. Yeah, look, obviously, Strobe, you gotta do what you gotta do, of course. Yeah, we all adult, or I'm assuming all of us are on the stream or watching this, adults. We're all, we've all got our own personal lives. We've got to make sure that we're doing the most. We're all looking out for ourselves. Yeah, hopefully you do turn up at PAX. Thank you, Strobe. Thank you so very much for 16 months.
I'm back. Didn't realize it lapsed.
It lapsed. Look, Strobe, thank you so much for 16 months. No, when it comes to bits and gifted subs, you are just you are unbelievably generous. It's unbelievable how generous you've been since you first appeared on my live stream. So thank you for 16 months. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I'll let, yeah, once I get closer, because yeah, I'm leaving I'm going on a road trip to Queensland this year, like in a couple of months from now. And yeah, there's a good chance we'll probably, yeah, we'll be driving past where you live, if that makes sense. I'm trying my best to not dox ya. But yeah, there's a good chance I reckon we'll cross paths. Oh, I just realized it was the end of the race. Yeah, I have to save up for a Ford Mustang. I agree. So yeah, I'm going to Queensland in a couple of months on a road trip with my parents who have got a caravan. I'm just gonna sleep in this way. Yeah. That's that red Cobra Pug Tech. Speaking of Mustangs, actually, here's the thing, I've got a blanket wrapped around me, but as you can see here, hang on guys, I want to show you something. Oh, Strobe, Tac, everybody who's watching in this chat, yeah, whether it be on YouTube, like Mike is, for example, or on Twitch, you're all legends. You all are. Everyone is. Oh, hell with it. I'll take the blanket off. I'll show you guys. Here's the thing. I can't show you on the Just Chatting camera at the moment, but, yeah, I had this blanket wrapped around me the whole time. Sorry. Might as well show you guys, because I finally got the poster for the Ford Mustang. I've decided to finally get a Ford Mustang poster, and it looks so cool. It is. Yes, indeed. Currently playing in Midnight Club 3 on the PC X2. I really need to do that one day, Mike. That's a game I really want to play on live in the future. Accuracy is not perfect. Being able to play it at 4K 60 frames per second widescreen. Oh, we all are. Let's just face it, we all are. But yeah, that's the best. That's the best I can get for you guys. But yeah, this is what the poster will look like above my TV. What do you guys reckon? It's basically the V8 Supercars Ford Mustang, the one that goes into supercars, but it's got like just Ford sponsorship only. So cool. Thank you, Mike. But yeah, it's a bit, as you can see, it's a giant poster, so that's why it's ready to be hung up. I just need to get my father to help me, because we basically measure how can I put it this way? Thanks, Joe. Thank you, Tactastic. And thank you guys for the kind words as well. But yeah, as you can see here, we like to measure it in a way that, height and, distance from each other proportion-wise, so that it's kind of even with each other. So then when you walk around, it's, pardon me. So yeah, it just looks all even and balanced out, if that makes sense. It just looks really clean in this game room specifically. But anyway, that's kind of what, anyway, in topic with this game, this is what I'm trying to get. I'm saving up for a Ford Mustang, doing the Sunday Cup over and over again. So yeah, this song is from Gran Turismo 4, I think. Like I said, this is basically the song that allowed. Basically, I'm using original Gran Turismo music in order to avoid copyright on YouTube. So, because here's the thing, I've gotten to the point where I've decided to VOD all of my. Basically, I'm currently live on Twitch and YouTube at the same time in order to. So that way, once the live stream is over, I can just have the VOD for this stream archived on YouTube, and it doesn't get taken down. So once this live stream gets taken down by Twitch after 2 weeks, you guys can still watch it on YouTube, if that makes sense. It's just really for archival purposes, and just being able to become familiar with streaming on YouTube at the same time, if that makes sense. I have it set up in a way that if I wanted to go live on my main YouTube channel, I can do that too. Well, we'll get there eventually. I probably might take a bit of a breather by doing the final license test, the special one, so I can drive different cars as well. I want to make sure at the bare minimum we got our hands on a Ford Mustang. So we're gonna grind through the very start. If there's one thing about this game I don't like, it's how, yeah, you have to, it takes a while, it takes a while to get through the first bit. Yeah, you have to keep repeating the same race over and over again. I say 95. I think the one from the 60s. You can all, nothing will beat the original, in my opinion. The one from the the one from the 2000s is also really cool too. Almost, it looks little bit more. It resembles a bit more closely to the one from the 60s. Same with the 2010s. They're just, Mustangs are just really nice looking cars. They're just so intimidating. In fact, I actually am considering renting a Ford Mustang when I'm actually at the Gold Coast in October, just for like one day and just go on a small road trip around it. Box body, I have no idea why people like it. Box body, I don't know. I just... But yeah, the Bullet Mustang driven by Steve McQueen will always be the iconic Mustang in my book. Especially coupe or convertible. You guys reckon I should rent a Ford Mustang? I do have an opportunity to do that. The only problem is, it does cost a fair bit. But I am old enough that, you know, insurance-wise and price to rent it wouldn't be too bad. There you go, Pug Tech. Some people like it. Oh, if you Mustang, the A-Spec is nuts. I think I know one person who has a black, or sort of half know them. Or at least I used to know them regularly. And then he had a family member who had this. He had a top spec Ford Mustang. It was in black, and it was like 700 horsepower or something. I don't know. I don't know if he got it modded to do that or if it was like the standard. But oh my god. That would be unbelievably intimidating. Slowly but surely, guys. The problem is I do the Clubman Cup races, but they're not, my car's too slow. In Clubman Cup, like, I managed to get the Rome race. I managed to win that, but only barely. That one I wasn't able to. Deep Forest I wasn't able to either, so... I do apologize. How much is the Mustang? Just so that I can keep track of what I need to actually say, how much I need to save up to eventually buy one. 31,000. I thought it was 28,000. Well, I must be thinking of the price in Gran Turismo 2. Sorry, guys. So you get the Mustangs interesting in a way. I don't know. That's always been my strategy, because it's like it's a very powerful car, but yet it's slightly, because if you just do that, if you get that car and then up the suspension, then suddenly it's a bit, it suddenly goes around corners a little bit better. Unless and then the next car after that is a Skyline. Or how much is an RX-7? Oh, they're worth a bit actually. I don't know, that's just always been my strategy. That was my, when I reviewed it originally in 2016 and then re-reviewed it in 2022, that was my strategy. I don't know, that's just... I just thought for a V8 muscle car for 31,000 credits, that's not too bad. How much is the Skyline GTR when the time comes to get one of those? They're worth a bit. I don't think I can do the same race 50 times in a row, guys. They have the 787, the most overrated race car they have. That probably might be it, Pug Tech, a road version of that. I'm not sure. I just remember he said it was a Mustang with with close to 700 horsepower, so. I wish there was a way to put like a YouTube video in the background, like next to, like above me on the webcam or something. All right. So we're only about halfway there. then... I mean, we could sell a couple of cars and help speed it up a bit. We can do that, actually. I don't know that, yeah, I don't know what it looks or sounds like. I just know that it has a lot of power. But as you just saw from that poster, guys, I do like a good, I do like the Ford Mustang. I know, that's why I keep playing them. To think that gaming publishers are trying to figure out a way to delist them and make it so that they're virtually impossible to play when the, you know, like, just look at the Crew, for example. I'm curious to know. Now, I know that in Gran Turismo Sport, once the online service shut down, they did make it so that you can play it offline. And I can imagine with Gran Turismo 7, they'll probably do the same thing. But I'm glad, because I'm just saying, what a relief, because, I mean, they're playing this game is 24 years old, and I'm still playing it now. Jeez, why am I yawning? I'm so tired. Don't drive while tired, guys. I will have to make sure that I'll have to... Oh god, I'm already nearly an hour into the stream. Because I do have a little bit of I do have a bit of a cap for myself for streaming for only 2 hours tonight. Because I do need to get an early night. Because I am going to be driving for another 2 hours tomorrow morning. And I do need to leave early as well. Because I need to be there at a certain time of day, like at 11 o'clock. So... between 8 and 9 a.m. I used to work with a guy that had... I used to work for a guy that had a Mustang that looked like the SVT, but he traded in for an Evo because he needed a 4-door car. That's fair enough. Maybe Neely's... I mean, they would probably be quick, just as quick, if not quicker, around the corners anyway. And yeah, practical with 4 doors. Should have traded it in for a BMW M3. Well, I suppose at that time anyway, there were only 2 doors. I had paperwork to fill out. That's what. Doing the first few races, repeating the same race over and over again until I can afford a half-decent car that can do more than just the Sunday Cup. Tactastic? What wife? I had a wife? I feel like there was a comedy film. I feel like there's a comedy film that has a little joke. Way to get Marge pregnant. This is getting a little out of hand, but I do enjoy my work in the bowling alley. Fair enough. At least the races are only 2 laps, and this is like the quickest way. Shows you how short these tracks are when they take less than a minute to go around a lap, and it's with a Toyota Sprinter. Never heard of this song before. Is this, what game is it on this? Oh, Gran Turismo 5. That makes sense now. Okay, quickly. I feel like I need to be a bit more efficient going straight back into it. Hey, look, Montego, if that's the way they set it up, then yeah, do it that way. If you can find a way to, win a certain championship over and over and get the prize money, especially Gran Turismo 4, I feel like with the special conditions, you can, because it actually has the option to clear the events and then win the prize car again, that does leave a lot for loopholes, if that makes sense. Toyota RSC Rally Raid car, sell that over and over. So therefore, when the special conditions event, this secret under the table prize money is like 270,000 per completion. That was always my my money making scheme whenever I played Gran Turismo 4. AFK. The reason I need to also get the Skyline GTR is because there's one event in the, I think is it the the amateur GT, emblem. Skyline GTR emblem. There's one event that gives you 30,000 credits per win. Yeah, it's time to do the PAX countdown, I reckon, guys. While GT7 is insanely detailed with fun cars, fun driving, that's what's missing now. Funny loopholes for quick cash. That's Mike. It's all about microtransactions. They want to make sure I don't know. When some, but don't get me wrong, Mike. I do prefer this way, just finding those loopholes, because that's kind of part of the fun. What's Horizon 5? Yeah. The progression in that is a bit all over the place. I remember playing that for the first time. Like, you could get the fastest car way too easily, if that makes sense. Oh, what was I saying before? Now that's the annoying thing with Gran Turismo 7 nowadays. It's just how dependent it is on microtransactions. Instead of the way that it makes grinding through those races a lot more boring, or maybe they just make the prices of the cars so high. It's like, you want to get them fast. The way that they tempt you to use real money, it's just if only, I just wish that wasn't a thing. But obviously, look, people hate it, but yet they do it anyway, so they must make money off it to just take the hate and just take it under the chin and just do it anyway. Yeah, right from the get-go, Ghost Rider. I know that Forza Horizon 5 was like one of the first games I ever played when I got an Xbox Series X. One of the first games I played when I first created this Twitch page. Precisely. What do you got to do, Montego? I wonder what song is next. Give me a song from Gran Turismo 3 playlist. Never heard of this song before. Must be from Gran Turismo 5 or 6. Oh, no. I recognize this, actually. This is from Gran Turismo 1, the Japanese version. This is from the Japanese version of Gran Turismo 1, the racing music. It has its own original soundtrack, as opposed to, outside of Japan, where it has licensed music. No shit, of course, but I mean, like, it sounds very Gran Turismo, is what I'm saying. Listen to it, guys. Yeah, it's from Gran Turismo 1. And then you hear the menu music here. It's like, yeah, that really does sound like Gran Turismo after all. You need to find another bit of pay. Say, final stage of transferring the rent to be in my name. Fair enough. Yeah. That's obviously a lot more important than watching my live stream, Montego. The worst part with Forza Horizon 5 is you'll still get new players begging for money in the official server. Like, this isn't the easiest game in the series already. Yeah, the Forza series, I think the fact that it also has a difficulty option does kind of make it, because I know in Gran Turismo, like this game, Gran Turismo, for example, doesn't have that difficulty. You got to sort of find your own way to make it easy. Make the cars more powerful. Are we just powerful enough that you're just under the limit? Recruit. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a way to pronounce your name. Welcome in.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Yep. Here we go again. Over and over and over again until we get a red car. Cook, whatever. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Welcome in. I'm assuming you played Gran Turismo 3 before.
I'm thirsty.
I actually genuinely needed that hydrate, by the way, Strobe. This doesn't affect the rewards, interestingly. So you can play this on super easy if you wanted to. I might keep that in mind. I do need to review Gran Turismo Sport. That's the next in the series. Rec. Alright, Rec. Welcome in. Yeah, I just wanted to be sure, because obviously with a lot of different Twitch usernames, it's very easy for people to botch pronunciations first time round. But yes, Rec, thank you. Oh, I really needed that. Ah, so you're from Poland. So you're actually from Poland, Rec? At least time zone wise, you're certainly not. At least you're not watching this in the middle of the night. It's currently whereas here in Australia specifically, it's currently 9 p.m. So our weekend's only just started. But yeah, you played Gran Turismo 3 before. Poland is actually one of the countries. If I ever go to Europe in the future, I would definitely. Yeah. Well, yeah, Rec. Well, this is one of the reasons why time zone wise, I always like to do different times a day. Yeah, I like to do different times a day in order to make sure that everybody who likes to watch these live streams gets to watch at least one of them without having to stay up in the middle of the night to watch them, if that makes sense. Because I do normally, on Fridays, I normally stream at this time of day. So, yeah. And Shan Pascal, welcome in as well. Playing Gran Turismo 3. Can't go wrong with that. Speaking of viewers who's too generous at the moment, who's too generous on these streams, you also need to review my first Gran Turismo. You need to review. Hang on, I'm confused with that. You also need to review my first Gran Turismo game. I don't think anyone's ever gone to the effort of playing. I don't even know what that is. GT3 is one of the few favorite GTs there's still yet. Definitely want to recommend. The only and you can clearly see this, Rec. You can clearly see it. Starting out is very, 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 very slow. Yes, exactly, Rec. Yeah, if you're from Europe, obviously it makes sense. The only annoying thing is if you're watching this in Europe, it's in the middle of a weekday on a Friday, so there are people that are probably at work, so they probably won't have a chance to watch it. I know that one of my prominent modders of these streams, Saturn, usually because he's from Portugal. Oh, here we go, a song from Gran Turismo 3. Yes. My first should be the next note in the GT7. Yeah, I've never heard of my first Gran Turismo before. Never heard of it. 2100 gives you a bunch of cars. I genuinely, honest to God, guys, never played it before. Must be a demo that came out for the PS5 or something. A GT game. So it's like, yeah, a bit like a demo before the main game came out. Pardon me. If that's the case, maybe yeah, I should do a mini review of it. I mean, I did a review of Gran Turismo Concept 2002, so an HD concept, thanks to PugTech actually. Yeah, HD concept. The only reason I was able to get a review out of it is because of PugTech, because he literally gave me his physical copy to install onto my PlayStation 3. Still got it. And then I eventually got Gran Turismo 5 Prologue. The only reason I did Gran Turismo 5 Prologue is because streamer Lance McDonald gave me he literally got me a press kit of it. He found a press kit of Gran Turismo 5 Prologue at an op shop for only $5. They just assumed it was some special edition, but in reality, it was like a very, very special edition, if that makes sense. It's literally behind my shelf. You probably might not be able to see it on the game shelf, but you see the game shelf behind me. It's up there. I have actually, speaking of my shelf, I have actually made a few minor alterations. You probably might not be able to see it on the webcam, but I'm pointing here. I've got like a little PlayStation like symbols up there as well, and yeah, above the silver play button. Next to it is where the press kit of Gran Turismo 5 is. One of the prized possessions in my collection. Something to start actually. Didn't know my first was also on PS4. Well, you got to keep in mind, Ghost Rider, Gran Turismo 7 came out for the PlayStation 4, so cut down Gran Turismo meant to get younger people. So a bit like Montego Gran Turismo for Kids, which after doing a bit of research for these re-reviews, that was something Kazunori Yamauchi really wanted to really wanted to do in the 2000s, actually. And I think the closest thing you ever got to making a full version of that, well, I suppose my first Gran Turismo kind of is that, but also Gran Turismo on the PSP. Yeah, that's why I haven't got a PlayStation 5 yet, Mike, because Gran Turismo 7 is like the only PS5 exclusive that I would actually play on that system. And even then, so therefore, if I ever do review it, I'm just going to borrow a PlayStation 5 off someone else. You are my first GT. Kind of reminds me of the old GT games. So keep that in mind. Yeah, it's definitely worthy of at least a small 10-minute review anyway, if it's essentially a demo. I do need to review Gran Turismo 4 Prologue. I don't know why I missed that. I guess I just wanted to get my hands on a version that's secondhand that also came with the making of Gran Turismo 4, because every time I tried to find a copy, it didn't have the disc. Fortunately, I had enough. Fortunately, I was still able to get everything I needed for the GT4 re-review, and it was probably one of the best videos. Makes sense. Who did not have a PS4 anyways? Yeah, precisely. And that's why I got an Xbox Series X over the PlayStation 5, because I didn't have an Xbox One, and its backwards compatibility, it's an absolute beast when it comes to that sort of thing. But yeah, I'll probably just borrow Square Eye Jack's PS5 to review Gran Turismo 7 with. He literally told me, just borrow my PS5. He says he doesn't use it that much, so how ironic. Makes sense because Xbox games too these days. Yeah, Forza Horizon 5. Who knows in the future? Maybe Halo Master Chief Collection on PlayStation 5, because at this rate, it doesn't even sound that far-fetched. What, aside from GT4 Pro, Gran Turismo 4 Prologue, what else do I need to do? Besides Gran Turismo 4 Prologue, Sport, and 7, anything else that I need to... Well, my first Gran Turismo game. What else is it? What else is there? What I really need to do, PugTech, is basically make one giant video of a playlist of all the Gran Turismo reviews in one video or something. 2002 Tokyo is the same as Tokyo. It's the same as 2002 Tokyo Geneva, just combined together, if that makes sense. Technically, I've already done that, PugTech. PS5 is still fantastic though because of a price point. It's one of the best ways to get into gaming. In the PS4, yeah, having that backwards compatibility with the PS4 is also handy. But like I said, Mike, I have HD concept. Yes, I did do that, Ghost Rider. You actually, like I said before, you have PugTech to thank for that. PugTech actually sent me a copy of HD Concept, a physical copy, so I can actually install it onto my PlayStation 3 and actually get a review out of it. Yes. Yes, he's absolutely spot on. Still installed on my PS5, too. Yeah, I don't know. Gran Turismo PSP, I was able to review thanks to the PlayStation TV. Again, Lance McDonald, thank you for letting me borrow your PlayStation TV for that sort of thing. Gran Turismo for Boys came about in 2000. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. There was an idea added in the game mode in GT5 early on. Development decided to base it on Prologue and then release it on PSP. Yeah, it does feel... Because Gran Turismo PSP does feel... How can I put it this way? You are... Yeah, you're only just building up a garage of cars, and the dealership, the different cars you can buy randomize every 2 days. I really wish it did have a dedicated Gran Turismo mode, but whatever. That's why it took... Hey, Rack, that's why it took me a while to eventually get to eventually review it, because someone else was willing to let me borrow their copy just to review it for free. So I would honestly not have reviewed it had PugTech not let me borrow his copy. And obviously having Gran Turismo 5 Prologue in my collection in preparation is also very handy. But yeah, what else is... Yeah. Just thinking, 4 Prologue, my first Gran Turismo, Sport, and 7. Those are like the only ones really that I'm missing at the moment. And obviously the Forza Motorsport series, the Horizon series, there's still a lot for me to catch up on too. Attempted to hack my PS3. Oh, what was it? Hey, look, if the game is unavailable, like you said, you know, what is it, Don't Kill Games campaign, and Stop Killing Games campaign, you know, that's another example of that. The game is no longer accessible. I remember your old GT4 5 review where you mentioned it would have been great if GT4 was remastered for the PS3 extra. Yeah, exactly. I think that was what Gran Turismo HD was meant to be. I did a little bit of research. That was the original plan. He was going to make two Gran Turismo, there was Gran Turismo HD, which was, 4, but with like a lot more cars on the track and a couple of extra ones as well. And I think the way it worked is you would buy cars and tracks, and you get the base game for free, and you had to buy cars and tracks. I think that was. I'm just going from what's in the back of my head on the fly at the moment. Obviously, I probably might have a better explanation in the video, but you get what I mean. Give me a sec. Ghost Rider, I reviewed Moto 2 Grand Prix 2 on the PS1. The very first one was a Japanese exclusive. Maybe I can review the Japanese exclusive one now that I don't care about emulation. And Tourist Trophy, I did a review of that as well. A re-rip. It was actually one of the first reviews on my YouTube channel, actually. I did update it a couple of years ago, though. Very, very good, very good rider bike. Yeah, I distinctly remember seeing it in an electronics store. The game was only like half a year old, and it was only like $10. It was like, oh, that's a good bargain. This song definitely sounds like it belongs in Gran Turismo 1, the Japanese version. Yeah, very good price. 10 Australian dollars at that, Carlos. I don't think the PS3 was even available by that point, so yeah, that was pretty fascinating. Still got it in my collection as well. Yeah, but the first time I discovered it was, looking through the manual of Gran Turismo 4 because I was bored and had nothing else to do. And then saw in the back of the manual, Tourist Trophy. 2000, early to mid, I think it was mid 2000 or late 2006 when I got my own copy. And obviously the game came out early 2006. You remastered with more cars, Tourist Trophy bikes, and cars on the track. More cars out, but they're released. I guess you could say, Montego, the closest thing to that is just playing Gran Turismo 4 on the PlayStation 2 emulator. I'm just wondering with the, because I know that with Gran Turismo 4, it's fully modded for the PlayStation 2 emulator, like Spec V or whatever it is, 2.0, whatever it is. Is there a mod where there are actually more cars on the track, not just 6? You know, if not, then Spec 2, are there more cars on the track? I haven't seen the Spec 2 gameplay in ages, so I really don't know. Alright, back to the... Maybe that's something they'll work on in the future. I really need to get the Spec 2 mod in the future, actually. Really give it a try one day. Hey, maybe that's what I'll use to play Gran Turismo 4 after I play this game. Who knows? Because when I re-reviewed Gran Turismo 4 and used the PlayStation 2 emulator, all I did was just put the physical copy, the physical disc into a DVD player and then just played it on the PC like that. That's what I'm using to play Gran Turismo 3 right now, so... It's a PAL region copy though, so I can't make any mods to it. I might just have to break the law and get an NTSC copy. The whole point of Spec 2 is that it's still... I see. I'm just saying, looking that sharp graphically, you think, how can something like that be played on a PS2? One thing I'm really looking forward, when I do eventually get around to playing the Spec 2 mod, is the chase cam here being like it is now, where it doesn't feel too stiff. Because that was like the only thing about Gran Turismo 4 that I really hated, the stiff chase cam. Everything else about the game was really good. Oh, how I would really like to have the soundtrack from the first 3 games in one go as well. But I suppose I can technically do that unofficially instead, like now. I think it puts into, Mike, I think it just puts into perspective just how little we care about video games of today. It's stuck in the past. It's just better that way. I mean, I've only played, for example, Mike, I've only bought one video game that came out this year. Only one. And that is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 Plus 4, which I have played a little bit more of after that live stream as well, because I wanted to see if I could 100% the rest of it as well. And yeah, it's not bad, but I would recommend just waiting for a slightly cheaper price. I needed to get a brand new copy more urgently because, yeah, I needed it for the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 review. Schedule 1, never heard of that. Speaking of new games, actually, there is one game I did consider getting in, because everybody's playing it right now. I mean, who knows? I reckon if I played a lot of people more, I reckon I'd get more people viewing this. And that's the new Mafia game. Not caring about ownership. I guess we're all stuck in the past in that regard. All games rule. Hey! Nothing's stopping us from doing it, right? Doesn't care about ownership. Try it out in Game Pass or something. That's true. Maybe I should briefly get a Game Pass for that 1 month just so I can get that copy of Mafia. What's that Mafia game called again? The Old Country, isn't it? Mafia, the Old Country. Yeah, I thought so. I'm surprised. Honestly, I didn't even know about that game until just now when it first came out, which I bet is pretty baffling from someone who's reviewed a couple of Mafia games in the past. I also needed to review Mafia 3 as well. First Mafia was really good though. Certainly different from Grand Theft Auto, but that's only because those two were developed at the same time, so they didn't exactly have GTA 3 as a reference. So it just tried to be more realistic. Can I sell some of these cars? At least the ones that I don't need. How much is this? I really am scrounging for pennies at this point, guys. That being said, I do need that for a future event, but I suppose I can just repurchase it in the future. I wonder if it's actually possible to sell both. I'm just wondering, is it possible to sell more than one car? Maybe it is. It would mean that it means theoretically the only way you'd be allowed to, get a new car is through the license test. Sounds like Scarface the World is yours, Montego. I'm just looking at your message right now. Do you think there are some new games that are still worth playing? Lately, the Yakuza series has been killing it. I still need to give the Yakuza series a try. Yeah, I'm going to sell the Yaris and just repurchase it in the future. Sleeping Dogs is like GTA. Yeah, I've reviewed Sleeping Dogs. It is very, very good. There's also this 8-bit, this almost like 8-bit stylized Grand Theft Auto game that I've always wanted to try out as well. I mean, it's been out for a while now, but let's try. RoboCop, yes, a good friend of mine who I actually went to the concert with last week told me the RoboCop games are worth playing as well as Terminator. There were also the developers of Terminator, which came out for the yeah, which is, sorry, not here. It was set in the future, and yeah, you basically just try to, survive against, the machines. With a lot of reference. It basically was a good, love letter to the first two films, if that makes sense. ever way in the video. I definitely need to pay a lot more attention to the indie game scene. I definitely don't do that enough on my channel, but I should. But I did come close to getting the Terminator first-person shooter on the most recent Steam sale. Did I get anything on the Steam sale? Oh yeah, that's right. I got Quake and the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy for about 12 Australian dollars total. Didn't really get too much on that sale because I didn't really feel compelled to get many games. Oh my god, I'm really ahead in the league. It's way more interesting. Yeah, a lot of them are just like, I guess because they're less focused on making money, they're just more focused on making good games. They're more likely to be better. I know that Yahtzee, you know, Zero Punctuation, he definitely has a, I'm gonna put it this way, a bigger hard-on for indie games rather than AAA ones, if that makes sense. And rightfully so. Yes, Claire's Obscure Expedition 83 is a great one. Yes. I really need to try that. Once I find it, once it really goes down to a good price, then I'll eventually give it a try. Because everybody's raving how good this game is, and everybody's still playing it. It's very popular on Twitch. A lot of, it sort of has that gameplay. It certainly has a combat style that, from what I've seen in the gameplay, looks very similar to the Persona games. Like, Persona 5 Royal is one of my all-time favorites. One of the very rare turn-based RPGs that I really love to play. So Persona 5 is definitely another game I need to play on Twitch in the future. Captain Fruit Loops, welcome in as well. As well as reference, yeah, just it's basically Final Fantasy and Persona with its own original story, basically. Right? There's definitely too many car builders and road titles right now. Yeah, well, Fruit Loops. That's what word of mouth is for. You know, just hear about what are the best. What are the better. Hearing what are the good ones, what are the ones actually worth playing. Excited for Project Motor Racing later this year. Is it like a spiritual successor to PGR? Is it a successor to PGR? Ghost Rider? Spiritual successor? That's not. Why am I so out of touch, guys? Or so, why am I living under a rock right now? I just like to play the games that I've got and not think about the news and just play what I enjoy and then just live and then just have my own little personal life on top of that. A successor to Project Cars. Ah, so a successor to Project Cars. It's funny, isn't Project Cars almost like a successor to Need for Speed Shift in a way? Like, because it's from Slightly Mad Studios. To a degree, yeah. Because, Slightly Mad Studios, I think they pretty much folded after they were bought out by Codemasters, and then they were bought out by EA. It's just a big, giant mess. It's one of the reasons why your channel is so unique. I always like watching your views just to back around and relax. Yeah. I'm not one for buying games brand new. I just like to, because I've already got nearly 100% of everything I've always wanted in my collection. It's just like, I've got so much to catch up on right now. And on top of that, I'm working a full-time job and I'm streaming. It's only so much time I have for video games. It's just like I can't really keep up with the newer stuff. You can only do what you can do. As long as you're happy and having fun, that's the most important thing. An hour and a half in. We'll get there eventually, guys. We'll get there. Sorry to show you guys basically the same racetrack on the same car over and over and over again, because even I admit this is getting very tedious. I'm going to sell the Toyota Yaris and just get that Ford Mustang sooner than later. I'll just repurchase the Yaris when the time comes to do that event. Too many games to play is one of the best problems in the world, in my opinion. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a good problem to have, right? But yeah, there's a lot in my backlog that I really want to stream on Twitch. It's, yeah, like I said, Mike, partly the reason why I created a Twitch page. It just gives me an excuse to go through my backlog. So many stuff to catch up on, or so many games that I really enjoyed playing in the past as a kid, or reviewed, and just want to play them again. Like this, for example. And it's also one of the partly the reason why I do reviews of, like, basically review them again. One to, well, update them originally, because, like, Gran Turismo 3, for example, when I made that original one in 2016, I only had 30-something, if anything, like, no, 20, like, only about 20 subscribers when I made that video. I just want to... Yeah, exactly, Tactastic. Probably in the Yaris event in question. Every time I see the word pink, I think about Homer Simpson going through all his pink shirts. Oh no, pink! Review reviews are such a great idea. Yeah, two things. One, Captain Fruit Loops, like I said, just update the original videos, because, you know, the older videos came out when I only had 20-something subscribers. And I think it's just not I feel like I can do a better video just to make, and to also demonstrate, you know, just how much I've improved as a game reviewer. It's just like, yeah, it's like as if to say, you know, this is what a review of this game would look like if I reviewed it today. If that makes sense. It would be a much better video by comparison. And also, and finally, as you can see right now, an excuse to replay it again. Because really, I only have time to play games on Twitch and on reviews. I honestly can't remember. I did briefly play multiplayer GoldenEye 007 with my cousin a couple of weeks ago, because I wanted to show him the house, and yeah, that was like the last time I played something leisurely. So I just don't have the time to play games leisurely these days. I might have a little bit of time this weekend though, before I go to sleep, you know, at my aunt's and uncle's place. I'll bring my Nintendo 3DS with me. I'm curious to know if they still, actually, being my aunt and uncle, I'm curious to know with their children, because they grew up playing Nintendo consoles when they were basically my go-to when it came to Nintendo systems. I wonder if they'll still have all that stuff on their shelves. The only way I grew up with The Simpsons was with hit-and-run video games. Your review on that brought a lot of nostalgia back. That was a lot of fun to. That was my introduction, actually, to one of my introductions to the Game Boy Advance. Actually, Simpsons Road Rage, along with Mario Kart Double Dash and Super Mario Advance, I think it's called, which is basically just the Super Nintendo version of Super Mario Brothers 2, but it's on a portable system, basically. Man, that really takes me back. Like I said, I'll have to probably go through their shelves and see if they have it. I've got my own way to play those games now, so obviously it's not like I'm gonna ask for them or anything like that. But yeah, I had a lot of fun making, Tactastic, The Simpsons Hit and Run review. I had a lot of fun, at least that's probably the most fun I ever had, compiling a script for a review, making a script for a review, because I was essentially putting as many, because what I did was, talk about the good or bad, but also compiling Simpsons references in every possible, in every way I could. Don't say you have to be back here and there, Montego. Just don't even mention it. Just do what you gotta do. Once I figure out how to get the Xbox Series X controller working on the 360, I will I'll replay Simpsons Hit and Run in the future, because I've got it on. That's what I used to review it. I used the OG Xbox version. I'll have to, or maybe I can just download an emulator, a ROM on the PlayStation 2 and just play it on the PS2 emulator instead. But yeah, I had a lot of fun making that review. I think it was also the first review I made before I probably took my first, I'm gonna put it this way, first ever break on my channel. I worked on reviews non-stop for over 5 years. It was like the first time I basically took my mind off game reviewing for like 2 weeks. Sokoloft, I hope I pronounced that correctly. You need a modded RGH360 with a USB catchphrase or a dongle for one of those controllers. Yeah, I know that some, yeah, it's definitely some, yeah, it's something you need to, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think, yeah, I think someone sent me a link to, for one of those dongles, actually. Even if it means just using it through a USB, that doesn't bother me at all. T-Bird, welcome in as well. It's great how gags on their own are so entertaining, even as a kid did not get them. They're just genuinely funny. Fun cars, wonderful, colorful world, fun gameplay. Yeah, it really is GTA for kids. It's so it's surprising that... it's surprising that my parents never bought it for me when I first got a PlayStation 2. Yeah, control, they're pretty good for that kind of thing. Sorry guys, I'm just losing my train of thought for a second. I needed a bit of a breather in my head. Watched 3 different streamers play Hit and Run. They all came out hating it because of the difficulty. Really? Oh, look, can I just say, Captain Fruit Loops, I usually have a pretty short temper when it comes to difficulty, but really? Simpsons Hit and Run? I mean, it is hard, obviously. It is a hard game, especially towards the end. Like, there is almost no margin for error, but it's not rubbish because of it. I'd usually have a pretty short fuse when it comes to difficulty, but it's not that bad. Stuntman is a much harder driving game in my opinion, and the driver games in general, oh god. Like, don't ever expect me to play a driver game in the future. I'm selling the Toyota Yaris. I'm sick of doing the same race over and over.
I'm thirsty.
Really needed that, Tactastic. Thanks. Yeah, Soko, I just want to be able to play it using something... Because, yeah, my 360 controller is a bit on the edge at the moment. More specifically, the battery pack is very loose. So, it just feels very good to use a... How can I put it this way? This brand new controller... Yeah, that's actually an official Xbox One. Hang on. I just want to get it on camera if I can. Something like this, and then play 360 games. I mean, I already do that with backwards compatible... You know, with... Yeah, I use the Series X for 360 games that are backwards compatible, so... Just makes sense. I'm going to sell this car. By the way, guys, I haven't saved it since I first started playing this game. But then again, I can use save states. Worst case, I can just repurchase the Yaris and then do it all over again. But yeah, we're about 2 or 3 races left before we can get the Mustang. Oh. 2 more, guys. 2 more. Really, for me, the last missions in 7 were incredibly hard. I always remember asking my older brother to help me out with those parts, but the rest of the game... Yeah, it did get really, really... Like, it's just the time... It's really just the time limits being really, like... It got to a point where you had to be perfect. Like, you had to take every shortcut possible. Probably is just a skill issue. Rushed, if you look at the notes in the source code, it just paints a picture of what development was like. Still in the Sunday Cup, T-Bird. I've only got 2 races to go before we get a much better car, though. I'm trying to save up for a Ford Mustang, so we're only 2 races. We're only 2 wins away from prize. Yeah, having enough prize money to get it. The references to the show and all the different characters, it is a great game, nonetheless. But yeah, I had a lot of fun making the review of that. The Simpsons quote, actually using Simpsons font and text, and actually, if I could take it back, I would actually use clips from the show, not just snapshots. I was only using snapshots because, yeah, I didn't want to risk copyright claim from Fox or 20th Century Studios or Disney or whatever the fuck they're called nowadays. But then but now I'm not as worried about it anymore, because I mean, I reviewed the Godfather game a couple of years ago and straight up used clips from the Godfather film, and Paramount have still never given me a copyright claim for it, so I'm very grateful for that. It's nostalgic, T-Bird, so nostalgic, that background. Just the menu structure, the music, the menu music as well, everything about it. Even this music, even though it's not from Gran Turismo 3, this is actually from the Japanese version of Gran Turismo 1. Yeah, I'm just using original Gran Turismo music in the background because I'm currently live on YouTube as well, so this is a way to sort of use music from the game but not worry about using licensed music and getting in trouble for it, so... But it is from the game, so... It's just better than no music at all is what I'm getting at. I wish I could use the Gran Turismo 3 music. What is it? Yeah, but what I mean, PugTech, though, is like the YouTube's copyright ID thing just automatically detecting it is what I meant by that. I'm starting to get the feeling maybe YouTube are starting to become a little bit more lenient nowadays, because it's not like I'm just straight up showing a clip from the film or what is it? You know, just the entire film. But no, I'm still making ad revenue off it, so maybe I should review The Warriors in the future, because that's another. Speaking of movie tie-ins, or games based off of movies. That's another one I really want to review in the future. The Warriors, because you can get it on the PS4, and I did briefly play an emulated version on the PlayStation Portable. So it was the portable version I played, and even that was still pretty good. Yeah, only South Park. It's one of those things, PugTech, where they basically got themselves in a position where it's like, you know, you're giving us all this. It's like you're locked into this deal. We can pretty much do. You're pretty much giving them that. You put all your eggs into their basket. You're letting them do whatever they want, because if you stop them from doing it, you got to pay off the $1.5 billion. So it's like, oh shit, what are you gonna do now? Says Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Problem is now it's AI generated content. Those AI generated script voices and videos, man. Yeah, I've been trying my best, Mike, to avoid that. None of my videos are affected, I think. I'm just saying, I mean, I wonder how we can tell from an AI video to a real one. Like, have there ever been issues of people being falsely accused of being AI-generated content? Luckily, I can get away with it because now I'm showing my face with this very same voice, and obviously, I always write my scripts without any use of AI or anything. To this day, I still never do that. Sometimes you can probably just tell from the way you word and dialogue and that sort of thing. I don't know. I don't know how my opinion is, I don't know how they detect it, but I'm just hoping it's obvious enough that I don't do that, if that makes sense. But, you know, here I am on camera, so with this voice, so hopefully that's good enough. Could I be real? Well, guys, come to PAX if you don't believe I'm real. I played Peter Jackson's King Kong recently. I played that on PlayStation 2. Captain Fruit Loops. It is very good when it comes to when it comes to video games based on movies. There are actually a lot of really good ones, a lot more than you might think. Straight up used a long sequence from the film as its intro. I wonder if you can get striked. If I was playing it live, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, because there are some that use clips from the film. The Godfather at least uses, it uses in-game cutscenes. Like, the cutscenes are in-game, and, it uses, re-recorded dialogue, that sort of thing. Chat, know if a video uses AI for the script. Yeah, it's pretty convincing at times, unfortunately, especially on those Instagram reels. The only thing I will say, guys, is, I mean, you know, it's easy for me to say that, but I am pretty anti-AI when it comes to the creative side of things, so I hate it. I absolutely fucking hate it. I just think it's lazy for people to use it. Why don't you feature Google where you explore generated worlds? No, not for me. Thanks. Technically filmed Futurama because I had exclusive episode for a time. Futurama. I know there was a video game for Futurama. Never played it though. I do remember playing a video game for Family Guy. South Park: The Stick of Truth, I'm kind of surprised. Because obviously the cutscenes, like the video cutscenes, really do feel like an episode of South Park. It does feel like you're playing an episode of South Park. It feels so authentic to the TV show. It's unbelievable. But no. Trey Parker and Matt Stone are okay with that. The thing is with Parker and Stone, they're actually gamers themselves. They love video games too. Like part of their inspiration for South Park to begin with came from Earthbound and Zelda and that sort of thing. So that's how they actually got inspiration from Earthbound. That's what inspired them to make South Park. Earthbound was one of the inspirations. What other good? GoldenEye 007 is another obvious brilliant video game that's based off a movie. What else is there? One that I actually put a lot of hours into as a kid. It wasn't a good, but it wasn't a bad one either. One I played as a kid. Madagascar on the PS2. That was also half decent for a video game based off a film. What else? Can't exactly look at my gaming shelf at the moment, so no. Fractured by Hole was also fine. Story did not have the same edge as The Stick of Truth. Well, let me put it this way. It didn't have to be censored in Australia. It was fully uncensored, unlike the first one, which, you know, so edgy it had to be censored. They were hesitant after rare South Park games. Because they obviously wanted to do it properly. Food in the factory goes through real people before it's ready. AI generated content sucks. Yeah! Couldn't agree with you more. Over the Hedge, I've only seen a teeny little bit of it. I've never really seen the film, obviously never seen the video game. I think we got enough, guys. Finally. Monsters Inc. Scare Island is also another one I put a bit of hours into as a little kid. I need to give that another try one day. Oh, tell me we got enough. Just want to do a different car and a different track. Ah, finally. Yeah, I never played that one, Mike. Over the Hedge on the DS, never heard of that. I remember having the special edition of that. The Lego Movie game was a good one. I was going to say just Lego City Undercover. Look how many credits I got, by the way, guys. Only 150. Alright, let's finally get some... Let's actually make some progress. Let's actually start making some progress, guys. We're doing a different racetrack, finally. Finally. Yeah, you can tell from the revs, this car's going to be a lot far. Yeah! Wow! I know, right? Finally. By the way, guys, Special Stage Route 5. This is one of my favorite racetracks in the Gran Turismo. 70 Days of Pain. I'd say 30 Days of Pain. Yes, I think it is Japan, and I'm driving a Mustang. Feels easier, still. Feels good, doesn't it, Pug Tech? Oh, by the way, guys, I forgot to turn the music on. Sorry, guys.
Shit. Here we go again.
We are back. We're not fully in business just yet. We still got to grind on a few other races, but we will at least clear some of the other different ones as well. But at least we're now at the point where we're doing more than just the Sunday Cup over and over again. I really appreciate your patience, guys. Okay, this song is in Gran Turismo 4. This game looks so good, upscaled, and I've got a good TV in front of me as well. So it's just like, oh, so cool. I mean, I'm not completely blowing them away. It's only that was the problem with that Toyota. I could actually get into the lead. The problem is this long straight. I'm assuming there are plenty of different types of them. How many cars are there in Gran Turismo 7 estimates at the moment? This game doesn't even have 200, but that's okay. Yeah, thanks for your patience, guys. It was really just, yeah, because that was the only thing about that's the only thing about Gran Turismo 3 that I'm not a fan of. It's just getting started. Once you actually get, once you finally get a car that can blast through lots of other different events, or at least just win them, or at least win these races, it's like, there we go. It's like then the game starts. Basically, once you kick it into gear, it stays in gear. I think that was the description I used when I re-reviewed this game. $300 to $400 in GT7. Okay. I'll just say half it. Yeah, I'll just say 500 estimate, give or take. It definitely needs better, more. It doesn't need so many hatchbacks, is what I'm saying. Yeah, I wonder if this car will also be quick enough for the stars and stripes. I just need to improve the suspension and add racing tires, and then, yeah, we'll have a car that's quick enough for the stars and stripes races. And again, guys, for a game that came out in 2001, this looks so good. Precisely, Captain Fruit Loops. Yeah, there's like 50 different... Yeah, there's like 50 different skylines in Gran Turismo 6. Still only 1,000 credits, that's okay. But we're not a Pitfield Raceway anymore, at least not for now anyway. I should have shown my cousin this game. When he came over, he would have been blown away by this. Because I'm actually using his original copy when he had this back in the day. GT7, there are just 2 now, so that at least the thing is though, all the cars, PugTech, all the cars in Gran Turismo 7, are they actually designed for Gran Turismo 7? No standard cars or anything like that. They're actually all built from the ground up. $38 Skyline. It's like, yep, 30 Skylines, 15 different Nissan Cubes, 123 Toyota Supras, and 15 Daihatsu Copans. Yeah, that'll do it. 1,000 cars, ladies and gentlemen. Cars were, yeah, that's because the thing is, graphically, Gran Turismo, it's because Gran Turismo gave themselves, the developers give themselves more time to make it and really push the PlayStation to its limits. Imagine seeing that many of them in real life, wreck. Models. But to be fair, Forza, at least on the 360 compared to Gran Turismo back in the day, at least every single car up to Gran Turismo 3 had their own interior view. Ooh, something from Gran Turismo 3. Oh god, they're actually keeping up this time. I can go faster around the straights because I do have a V8 after all. It just looks so bleak. In nighttime racing, Tactastic, the Forza games do look pretty bright. Like when the lights are actually shining on the cars, I meant. Like it does make the cars stand out a little bit more, if that makes sense. The Horizon games are at least very bright and vibrant. But yeah, the motorsport games, yeah, it doesn't have too much, or at least the newer ones anyway, it doesn't have too much personnel. Here we are again talking about the later Forza Motorsport games. That's only because I'm actually reviewing Motorsports. That's because I'm reviewing Motorsport 6 next. GTA always used innovation in graphic techniques, like in the case of 3, sphere maps instead of cube maps. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I made it. Yeah, actually, Mike, up to 4. Yeah, Mike, I distinctly remember my comment. I think my comment has the top comment on one of those videos, Mike, actually. At least Gran Turismo 3 and 4. It does it, yeah. Being 60 frames per second uninterrupted, you know, the great views, the smoke, yeah, sort of, also, not smoke, more, the heat effect it makes before you actually go off the line. That looks really nice too. It just does so much to make it look so nice. Is that true, Mike? Okay, that's all the Clubman Cup races out of the way. Stairway to Heaven? Stairway to Heaven and or nah, I'd rather get a newer MX-5 if I ever do an MX-5 related event. Okay, so my car's rear-wheel drive, so it might be able to keep up. How much is it for suspension and UZ, welcome in. The best car for the Australian weather. Yeah, are you talking about? Yes, that's another good one. Do something from Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, Montego, do something from Ozzy Osbourne because, you know, he... Oh, what? Just for sport tires? Oh, give me a break. Nah, not what. Damn it, racing tires are a lot more expensive in this game than in GT2. How are you, UZ Racer? Just trying to think, what song would I play? Oh, that's a good question, actually. I play right now with a guitar, so I searched for 10 years. We're just trying to, yeah, you're probably tuning in at the best time, I reckon, UZ, because I finally got a Ford Mustang, so I can actually get past the grind bits of, yeah, I'm no longer doing the Sunday Cup, if that makes sense. Search. You mean a specific guitar you really wanted to play? You wanted to get for a very long time. Is that what you mean? Oh, yeah, that should be quick enough. It'll be faster than a BMW. Finally, Grand Valley Speculations. That it is. Park. I mean, it's a, what is it? A Mercedes, a mid-range Mercedes SLK. If it was an AMG Mercedes, that would be a different story. But yeah, good to actually race on a track that isn't midfield raceway now. Against a supercharged V8. Don't mind if I do that. Yeah, I'm actually pulling away. I am pulling away a little bit. Don't do this to me, Wreck. Don't be. It's like suddenly next rate. I suppose reverse is probably better than, you know, doing the normal one at the same time. Point stands, Pug Tech. They're not able to keep up. Well, they said I'm ahead of them. Oh, went around that corner a bit too fast. One thing I noticed too about Gran Turismo 3 specifically, you'll notice this. There are shortened there are barriers to show there could be shortened variations, but we never got any shortened variations of circuits like Green Valley East section or the short course of Seattle. They're only just the large one. No climbing stage Route 5 either. Do you guys ever notice that when playing Gran Turismo 3? It's always the giant circuits. Which I found pretty unusual when playing this at the start. But yeah, Green Valley Speedway, it's a great circuit, so I'm not complaining or anything. I just found it a little bit unusual. I feel like it's something they probably wanted to add, but I guess they just didn't have time. I guess they had a hard release date or something. Full throttle, yes. Yeah, you're either the winner or the #1 loser, or the second, or the third, or you're last. Precisely. A bit like in sports. Even if it's only by 1 point, if you win, you win. Highlander movie? Which one? Yeah. Did that come out recently? I've never seen the Highlander. I didn't even know about it. I might have to head off soon because I'm feeling pretty tired. Do it really half-assed. That's the American way. I'll have to do another Discord movie night where I'm what's the word? Yeah, where we watch The Simpsons again, because I really enjoyed that on the server. Maybe on a Sunday. Maybe next Sunday. Because yeah, this Sunday because I'm actually streaming in the evening, not too late, but. Jeez. Don't drive when you're tired, guys. I'm sure you're fine, UZ. I'm sure you're a better guitar player than I am. I'm just thinking, what's the next film I do need to get one thing I really do need to get in the future though is a couple more 4K Blu-ray movies with this new TV as well. That music, that song was from Gran Turismo. Didn't even see how much prize money I earned. I didn't think about it. I think it was 1,500. We'll go to Apricot Hill next, and then we'll do Special Stage Route 5 again. No, I haven't seen the Highlander TV show. Yeah, I didn't really watch too much. Don't really watch a crazy amount of TV these days. I only just rewatch a lot of Simpsons. That's about it. I'm sure there's a lot of great TV shows out there. It's just like I discussed, guys. I only have time for video games to get my entertainment fix, and even then, I only do so for these live streams and for the reviews. Keep at it then, UZ. Keep it. By the way, guys, notice that I'm racing. These racetracks are in reverse as well. You didn't get that in Gran Turismo 2. They may not have short variations, but at least we can race these in reverse. Some of these racetracks are in reverse now. Makes you wonder why they didn't do, yeah, it makes you wonder why, oh, what's the word? Damn it, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, that's right. It makes you wonder why we didn't get real, some racetracks don't have reverse variations in real life. I can imagine safety-wise, it would mean you have to make barriers for, like, you know, for runoff areas for both sides of a certain corner. Maybe that's why it wouldn't work. But it's still pretty cool to have at least video games that allow you to have different variations and change up the variety a bit. I want to see some dead people. What do you mean by? What do you mean by that? You see. What's interesting is that you got reverse variations in the arcade mode of Gran Turismo 2, but never in the GT mode for some reason. Is it just a memory thing? Well, you see one, I've got the traction control on, but also there's no damage in this game, so obviously people can't get killed from that. I reckon a couple more races and I'll stop there, guys, because I'm feeling pretty tired at the moment. I need to have an early night because I'm driving into the wrong video game then you see. This is Gran Turismo 3. Game is rated, has the most lenient rating for a reason, because you don't get that. Yeah, only anti-clockwise. Dude, are there actually any NASCAR races that go clockwise? Tactastic? Just thinking about it, do they? Don't think so. Like, I am curious to know if they actually do tune their set up their cars in a way so that, yeah, you're actually going clockwise instead. NASCAR race, that's the one thing I really want to do go to one day, if I ever do go to America. That being said, I'm just glad that I'm racing on something other than just midfield raceway with a Toyota Sprinter. Sorry guys, just want to go through my messages on Discord. It's just, you know, they're all just notifications saying certain live streamers are currently live at the moment. That's good. He's a very good driver, Shane Van Gisbergen. He absolutely, because when I went to the Gold Coast race a few years ago, he basically dominated both races. All right, back at back on Special Stage Route 5. It's got sometimes racing both directions apparently. So I know there was one race in Argentina in Formula 1. I think it's the only time a reverse variation was ever used. One thing I'm also curious to know is what would the lap time be if you raced in reverse and normal? Would they be exactly the same? Maybe, you see. That's a good question, considering I've already got it in my collection. It makes sense. Maybe I should. It certainly wouldn't take too long to beat. Maybe that could be a challenge, trying to get all gold. I did get a few gold ones, and even on emulation, if you can actually copy the save file. Yeah, you can actually. Guys, I just realized, why did I not transfer the? I just realized I could have done that. Play Gran Turismo Concept and then get that prize money for Gran Turismo 3. Damn it! Why did I not think of that? Maybe next time I stream this game. Yeah, F1 and Tactastic. F1 and Supercars, they're the only ones I really pay the most attention to. I want to see 24-hour of yeah, I mean, the endurance races will make for a very interesting live stream. I mean, the only way I can actually do 24-hour streams is when I have holidays off, which I do in a couple of months. What really changed now? All Rouge. In Belgium? Oh, went around that corner a bit too fast. There you go. There's a Belgian World Rally Championship. I can imagine it being all tarmac, right? Or gravel. It is set in the forest after all, Spa. I know, Mike. I did actually mention that in my Gran Turismo concept review, that you can import your save profiles so you can actually get a lot of prize money. Shit, why didn't I think to do that from the very beginning? Ah, that's okay. We already got a nice car. We made it. Why did I not do that though? At the bare minimum, we're not doing the same race over and over again for 2 straight hours now. I get into that's the thing, NASCAR I can get access to, it's just time zone wise. The thing is though, Mike, I'm currently using a physical copy, so I don't know if I can actually use those cheats in game because I'm using a physical disc to actually play this game. Maybe you probably can. I honestly don't know. I don't know too much about this emulator. That's why I use discs. You just put the disc in and it plays the game. Simple as that. That's the fun. Yeah, I reckon a couple more races and we'll stop there, I reckon. Come on, Gran Turismo 3. Give me something better. Give me something that's actually gonna... What's the word? Actually win these races. Can I keep up? See if we can do this. Welcome back, Nick. By all means. As you can see, Nick, I finally got that Ford Mustang now, so I can actually do something other than just the midfield raceway with the Toyota Sprinter over and over again. Oh, there's a couple of good cars here. I'm not so sure. We'll try. Yeah, my pleasure. So many VIP badges here. I might have to skid along the, Oh, hang on. Sorry, guys. There we go. This song is in Gran Turismo 3 after all. I'm actually pulling away from one of the Mustangs. Yeah, I might have to play a bit dirty in order to... Thank you, Speedway Nut. I might have to play a bit dirty in order to win these races, but you get good prize money for it. But yeah, I do need to go to sleep very soon because I'm driving to Melbourne tomorrow morning, so I need to get up a bit early to do so. It's a long road trip. The precursor, the prologue of Forza Motorsport on a PlayStation console. I have road rage and I know how to use it. Rah. I really genuinely tried to. That's alright. That Cobra's quick, by the way. With OBS, steamed hams and knuckles. With OBS. He's not getting away though, so maybe I probably might not have to. pretty even at least. It's good to actually have an even race for once. Yeah, that's one of the channel points, Mike. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, if you watch this on Twitch, Mike, that's one of the channel points sound effects you can use. You can also use commands. Come on! Oh, he's putting it back to me. Yeah, the AI in this game is a lot better than Forza Motorsport. Oh. Yeah, just search ColourShed on Twitch. I'm currently live on there as well as YouTube as well. Damn it, Cobra, get away from me. Adrian, welcome in. Hang on. This game is better than GT7. Yeah, this has genuinely decent opponent AI actually, and then they botched it a bit in Gran Turismo 4 somehow. Yeah, it's just good to have. Yeah, Tactas, good to have something half decent for once. All I need to do is just add racing tires and give it proper racing suspension. Russell Ingle. I know that reference. Yeah, he did do a bit of that actually. He did do that a bit in Supercars. Nah, I haven't reviewed Horizon 3 yet. Here's the thing, Nick. I'm going through the series in chronological order. So Motorsport 6 is next. And then Horizon 3, then Motorsport 7, and then Horizon 4. I'm going through the series in, based on the year it was released. So yeah, Motorsport 6 is the next one I'm up to. But I have played a fair bit of Horizon 3. In fact, I think I've already told you this. I've actually been to a lot of the locations the map is based on in real life, like Byron Bay, Surface Paradise, Seacliff Bridge, Great Ocean Road, that sort of stuff. Motorsport 6 is a very interesting games. There's a fair bit to do. Yeah, Motorsport's... Yeah, because literally Motorsport 6 is the next review, so... Don't hit the barrier. It's very easy to hit that barrier there, by the way, on that chicane. It didn't hit the crowd. We're okay, steamed hams. Been to Edinburgh in 2022. What was that like? There we go. That's a little bit better. 3.5 grand. Look at, so detailed for a 2001 game. I know it's emulated on. Did you go past the Thanks. Took you 2 straight weeks. Yeah, I think I'm intending to just get to at the very least the final, basically the final chapter, and just whenever I'm talking about a certain feature, or, footage needed to talk about a certain feature about the game. I think that's about as far as I'll go. I'm not so sure about Super Speedway, guys. We'll save Super Speedway from when we've got a bit more money. Now that we've actually got an event that can actually earn enough that... Here's what I'm thinking. Ford Mustang, and then Nissan Skyline GTR. That's my strategy at the moment, guys. Montego understands this just as well. Venturing off from Midnight Club Street Racing in Gran Turismo 3 back into... Oh boy. Yeah. Suddenly I feel tempted to play Midnight Club Street Racing to make a point. Oh no, there goes the Cobra. He slid out. He slid out on the first corner. He's going to be last place in this race now. Sorry, that was a pretty bad attempt at commentating. Oh wow, this Mustang's putting up a bit of a fight. At least a little bit. Cool racetrack. Notice too that the skies are... It's sunset. The time of day, it's sunset. This is like... I know you had races at night, but I think this is a... Yeah, reverse variations of a lot of these circuits are set at a different time of day. Like this one's sunset or sunrise, whatever you want. It looks like sunset. They did experiment with different times of day for this. That was a glitch moment. Classic. The Cobra. It's showing its fangs right now. It is the Cobra though, isn't it? It's the old AC Cobra, you know, from the. Oh no, they spit out. I don't remember it being that much of a problem when I had it in Gran Turismo. And there goes the Viper. Man, all these, the Viper, the Cobra, geez, these cars had really good names, by the way. Two snakes fighting, going toe to toe in the American desert. Well, they're not rattlesnakes, but two different snakes going at each other in the desert. As until you do. Also gives me more time. No, Montego. No. I don't think I would be doing a... Oh no, I think we got an... I think the Cobra slid out again, guys. Look at the map. No, I won't be reviewing Motorsport. I won't be reviewing Horizon 3. I want to wait until... Shit. Go around. Now, I gotta take this seriously, guys. They're putting up a bit of a fight. It's that corkscrew, guys. The corkscrew in this game is, the hills on these games are much steeper than they are. They're just as steep as they are in real life, if that makes sense. Kind of, it reminds me of the steep hills in the at Bathurst. Cut the corner a little bit, get a bit of good speed. It's right on my tail, guys. I really had to try to win this race. Whew. So you're going too fast there. I think, yeah, around the corners specifically, I think. It's actually nuts. Yeah, it's strange how overpowered the Cobra was, especially in the weakness of its aerodynamic limitations. So you look at that. I like how it shows the heat before you actually go off the start line. That's a really cool effect, and how it slowly disappears as you go past it. It's the heat on the tarmac that really makes it look so realistic for us. That looks so nice, guys. For 2001, that is so nice. It's unbelievable. Hang on. How about it? Is it just me? I don't know. Maybe it's just... Yeah, that's very... I mean, some tracks in it... And this is the perfect racetrack for that sort of effect as well. Laguna Seca at sunset in the desert. That's so perfect. It's a game that's just... It's aged so well. Yeah, I don't know why that effect doesn't apply. Yeah. It's amazing how that little heat effect just... It sounds like one of them has been overpowered. Guys, this game is 24 years old. Hardly aged a day. And it's also in 60 frames per second as well. The frame rate is just as smooth in the replays as it is in game. It's just like, oh. So nice. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer PS1 has. Captain Fruit Loops. I don't think Star Wars Episode 1 Racer was released for the PS1. Unless you're talking about the Dreamcast version. I know it's not in the desert. I know it's not genuinely in the desert, Montego, but it's close to it, though. It's like in a very hot part of California. That was cool. I reckon we'll probably just keep doing Stars and Stripes events until we can afford a Skyline GTR. Something like that. Any other... Can't do either of these because it's supercharged, annoyingly. That makes more sense because, yeah, I remember it as a kid only being available on the N64. I did try to find it as a kid, see if it was actually available on the, So I'm just looking at the other events and seeing what else there is to do. I wonder if, the Mustang is quick enough for any of these Amateur League events. Yes, the point still stands, Captain Fruit Loops. That's fair. I wish it would show, like, it shows what's eligible, but it doesn't show typical opponents, annoyingly. How much prize money do we earn? 7,500. But I can only, I mean, I'll try. See if I can. Fair enough, Steam Hams got a big day. Yeah, I got a big day as well. I reckon one more race and we'll stop there, guys, because I really do need to go to sleep soon because it's nearly 10:30 and I need to leave. Oh, it's the same cars. Maybe it might be possible. It's just 3 laps this time. Yes, I know. We'll see how we go in this race and then we'll probably stop there. We've got a different car now. We're over the most tedious bit of the whole game. I think these cars are slightly modified as well. They're not pulling away. Yeah, I'm not able to just overtake him as quickly as the last race. I think, is that a race car as well? No, they're all road cars. You can hear the wail of the supercharger now that the music isn't turned off. I'll turn it back on, actually. I just missed the Corvette at this point. You mean the Corvette for its time? At that time specifically? Pow, 50, how are you? Yeah, not too bad. Just going through managed to finally get over the hump of the Sunday Cup and finally got a half-decent car to actually compete with. The only problem is I'm doing the amateur event, so I'm just curious to know if it's actually quick enough. And on first impression, it's not doing too well. But yeah, Pow, how are you? Are you going to PAX again this year? It's a good thing with the Seattle circuit. The good thing with Seattle is that you can hit the barriers so you can sort of go around these corners faster because the car has no damage. Nah, the car in front, the yellow one's just pulling away at this point. No, it's standing a chance. Oh no, especially the one in Mad Max Speedway Nut. Especially that one. Such a shame. Mind you, no, I don't think I can keep up, guys. That's alright. I was just curious. We'll do one more race and we'll probably stop there. Because, yeah, again, I really need to go to sleep. But yeah, we're past the hump of the Sunday Cup at least. Just need to get a Skyline GTR next, that's all. I'm just thinking. We'll do the reverse bit of Seattle too. We'll do something a little bit different. Favorite just because of the sledgehammer. What's the Bovin PGR? Nice, yeah. Just another example of the attention to detail tactastic. As you can see, this is I think these cars are probably just modified in, and also there is no slightly faster cars instead of events. Bang, bang, donk, donk. Just whack, 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 and then let's actually put the music back on again. But yeah, I was originally. Here's the thing, guys. If I was, if I was doing the regular schedule, I would actually be playing I would actually be playing Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. That was the original plan. But I decided, you know what? Nah, we'll play something a little bit... Nah, we'll just go back to Gran Turismo 3 and do it at a different time zone this time. Because, yeah, Wolfenstein... Because I just recently beat Wolfenstein The New Order. I really want to try out the new Colossus next. Because I've never played that before. Because, yeah, like, as in, that would be a first playthrough. I had it all set up ready to go. But then I decided the last second, nah, I'll just play this game. Because I didn't play this game last week. So I thought, alright, I'll correct that. Get out of the way, you snake. Snake coming through. That was a pretty bad pun. Whoa, Valve. Yeah, I don't know anything about that pub tech. Your knowledge in cars is a lot better than mine. So there's also another city I wouldn't mind visiting in the future one day. At least being near to Portland, because I've always wanted to go to the Portland Retro. If I ever go to America, guys, I guess financially, technically, I might have just enough money to do this. I do have an opportunity to go to the Portland Retro Game Expo in America in October, because it's only 1 week after PAX. Just get a plane ticket for the weekend and then just fly straight back. Thing is though, I would only go if the Angry Video, if James Rolfe was there. That's the only thing that would convince me to go there. Though I like Gran Turismo 3, I do think Polyphony did continue to work on the 1980 build of... Don't know. I don't know, T-Bird. I'm talking about Portland, Oregon in America. Or is that the most drug city? Or is that the most drug city in America? I don't know. But it has the Retro Game Expo I've always wanted to go to. Or are you referring to Portland in Victoria, T-Bird? I might actually... Is it Port City or is it Portland? I'm not sure. Ah, well, there you go. Well, let me put it this way, T-Bird. I'm certainly not gonna... Let me put it this way. I'm not gonna go into drugs if I decide to go to Portland, am I right? Each their own. Yeah, I reckon this will be the last race and we'll stop there. I've already been yawning a fair bit over the last hour and a half as it is. Oh god, we're already 2.5 hours into this stream. It was certainly longer than I was expecting. But it won't be the last stream that I do this weekend. We'll finish this race, of course. Yeah. Like I said, just go there for the weekend and then that's it. Get the fuck out of here. Any city in general, when you think about it, is druggy, is pretty bad, is a drug city in some shape or form when you think about it. Even Melbourne can be one if you're not careful. Just got to avoid it, that's all. We'll save, okay, just in order to make sure, I will manually save state. We'll save it, actually, we'll do it, we'll actually save it in the menu, but just to play it safe. And yeah, finally, a different car, ladies and gentlemen, a different car. That time. All right, yeah, we're gonna stop there, guys, I reckon. So yeah, I'll just stop it from... Actually, that might be the perfect... This might be the perfect music to end this live stream with, actually. Just even though it's actually playing in the background. But yeah, thanks for joining in, guys. Hang on, before you... Yes, Sunday I'm playing GTA... Yes, I'm playing GTA 5. You might go back to the wrong part of Melon. You might be focused. Go to... Yeah, to a certain part of... yeah, the wrong part of... you might be fucked. Yeah, just gonna, before we do, okay, so we're gonna stop this part on YouTube and then we'll raid someone on Twitch. If you guys enjoyed this, I hope you don't forget to check out the VOD on YouTube here. It'll be here forever. I'll speak to you guys. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, good night, wherever you guys are. I'll speak to you guys soon. Smitty out.